What's going on, guys? The Iron Jesse here, and welcome back to my new LEGO Marvel 2026 set review. And today I'm reviewing the Mech Battle Spider-Man vs. Doc Ock set. This is a 76338, 8 ages 6 plus, has 315 pieces and 3 minifigures. Once again, I got this set at the Sugarloaf Mills LEGO store last month, and this set costs $30 here in North America and around the world for the lineup. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at all three of these minifigures. Here are all three of the minifigures that you get in this set, and we have only one exclusive minifigure, and that, of course, is Doc Ock. So this is the new Doc Ock minifigure for this year. Since I really love the design for the torso printing, it gives me that Insomniac vibes because how it turns out with that yellow lining texture on the center part of the chest and even the top part of it and even on the bottom part too for the torso printing itself. And we have like that strapping detailing for the tentacles right here. And I honestly love his face print. It gives me that classic comic book vibes too because of the way it turns out. And even that little smirk expression with that nice look for the goggles, which looks pretty good. Since I love the bushy eyebrows, and we do get that slope hairpiece in dark brown, by which they gave him like some dual molded legs with that boot design to complete the look. And we have Spider-Gwen and Spider-Man once again. So these are the same ones, nothing too special about them at all. So this is literally the same Spider-Gwen minifigure that we've been getting a lot of times. So we have the same design for the face and torso printing, same white hood piece, and she does come with these two web pieces that we will attach to Ock's Mech later on in the video. Spidey is the same one, so we do get the same torso and face printing, and I still wish they gave his dual molded legs back because it looks so much better in that way. And we do get the same design for his sidearm printing for both of his arms. And this is what the back of the characters looks like. So we have the same back torso printing for Peter and Gwen, and same back head printing for Spidey, so nothing too special about that. But Doc Ock has a double-sided face print that he has his worry or concern face, and I really like his. So here is Spider-Man's mech. Might as well we could take a look at that first, and then we'll take a look at Ock's mech last. And we just gotten a Spider-Man mech last year in January. I mean, why do we need another one like this? Because this looks horrible. This is definitely a total piece of crap. But there's only two parts that I really like about it, and that is the color scheme, because it gives me the MCU Iron Spider vibes with the red, the dark blue, and the gold. And even I like that spider logo on the center part of the chest, which is that printed Nexonite piece. So I just love the golden spider logo. But yeah, this mech is not for me at all because it is absolute crap in my opinion. So this is the entire front part. I totally did like some of the detailing for the calves for both of the legs, and I really like how they use the bucket handle pieces for the knee detailing in gold, which is pretty decent for the way it is. And the feet itself is in that clown shoe vibes, and also the hands are fine for the way they are. I love like that new finger joint pieces, and it does use that same mech joint pieces from the Ninjago Evo set since it 4 years. So they use it for both of the arms and legs. So we have like the inner detailing for both of the left and right leg, which you can see. And we have like some of that detailing for the waist part itself. Quickly look at the right side of the mech. We have the right side of the arm and the rest. We have a little stud that you can store like a minifigure on there if you want to. And then we have like the inner part for the right side of the torso. We have another Nexonite piece in dark blue, and same thing for the left side for the arm and even the side of the torso. And we do get those two golden stud shooter pieces on top for like the play feature that we will take a look in a bit. And this is what the back of it looks like, which looks pretty fine since I'm not a fan of that waist detailing for the back side of the mech, but I love like the bit of the detailing for the back of the torso for it. And even the legs look pretty solid for the way they are, but at least they look pretty decent. And as usual, you can store a minifigure inside the mech. You had to attach it with the 4 dark gray studs, sit Spider-Man up like this, and easy to Storm. Now let me see if I can attach him. Okay, I just did. I just want to make sure. So there you go. Now he's in the mech, and as usual, the mechs have articulation for the ball joint, and we have like that shoulder detailing. Same thing with the Miles Morales one. The fingers can move, waist swivel, legs move forward and back. Can do the splits, ankle pivot side to side. And you can adjust the little cannons on top. And once again, if you guys don't know how these stud shooters work, that's how they work. In this is what like one of the sub pieces looks like it's in that translucent blue color. But if you lose one of these, they will give you like a couple of spare ones just in case. But yeah, this mech could have been better. I wish they made one for Gwen because she hasn't had a mech yet, but we keep getting the same mech for Peter and Miles because it is time for a change. Here's Doc Ock's mech, and honestly, this doesn't look too bad in my opinion. So this is like better than the Spider-Man mech, to be honest, and I love how detailed it really is. So this is the entire front part of the build, and I love how they added that printed chest plate for the mech itself. That is a Nexonite tile once again, and we have the same piece, but no printing on it for both of the legs, which you can see on the front part of it. So I love the detailing for the waist, and I love how they added that ingot piece in the center part of it, and I love how they added 4 of these tentacles right here, and they gave it just like those itty bitty arms. So I love like the detailing for the legs too, and I love like the dark and light green color scheme for it. So the arms itself look pretty good. They give me like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 vibes because I like some parts of it. Turns out like they added the red studs on the center part for the build itself, and we have like those pieces right here in black. That's for like when you do the webs that we will get to later on. So let's take a look at the right side of the build. So we have the right side of the tentacles with those ingot pieces and the ball jointed pieces, and we have like that same dark green Nexonite piece right here for those itty bitty arms. And when you move those pieces out of the way, here we have the rest of the detailing for the right side of the right leg and the torso. So that looks pretty good for what you're seeing right here, since they really know the building techniques for it. And we do get the same thing for the left side with the tentacles, the leg, the arm, and the center part of the torso itself. So yeah, I just totally did that. And by the way, the feet looks pretty good for the way it is. It's spinning around to the back. This is what the back of the mech looks like. And again, I'm still not a fan of like that back of the waist itself. It looks pretty decent, but the back of the torso looks pretty good, and even the legs itself, since they used the Ninjago Evo mech joint pieces in dark gray. So yeah, they just totally know that. And we have the back of the tentacles for the build itself, which looks pretty good. Once again, you can't put Ock inside. You gotta open up the chest plate like this, move his arms and legs up, store him in here, and voila, that is how you do it once again. And here's what the build looks like when you put Doc Ock inside. And yeah, it looks pretty awesome for what you're seeing right here. So we have some articulation, like you can move those small arms in and out like this, and the fingers can move, and you can swivel the wrist like this, and you can move the tentacles in and out since they're all on a ball joint, which looks pretty good. So you can move those in and out. Same thing with the other tentacles too. You can swivel the waist. The legs move like forward just a bit and also back just a bit because the waist is in the way. Can do the splits, but you gotta move the, actually you can't do the splits because that piece is in the way. I thought you can, but nope, you cannot. So he has, well, the mech itself has ankle pivot side to side. So let me show you guys how to attach these two web pieces on the mech. So you notice that those pieces right here on the tentacles and even the back of the mech, so you can move it across. So you see that little hole right here, and all you gotta do is just like slide it, if I could show you it correctly, and there you go. So what you want to do is you can move it like over here, since let me just attach that. There we go. So yeah, it is really fun to do it. Let me just move that right there, since I was covering up Ock's face, and you can't do the same thing for the other side if you want to. And that's just pretty much it. So you can't web them up like that. Well, I've only done it once while I was building the set to when I was just completing this mech for Ock. And if you want to, you can't put a minifigure on there. Let me try to put Gwen on there since I don't want to tear this thing apart, since I'm not a fan how I tear things. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to leave her like that. So yeah, if you want to, you can recreate like some awesome poses like this with any other spider character, and it's really fun to do it like this. So yeah, that is pretty awesome how you can do that to the mech itself. So yeah, you can't just do whatever you want with that gimmick. So you can't like put either the webs on like this bundle part for that same piece for either ones. Well, whatever you want to do once you already bought this set since it's 2 months. But yeah, that is just pretty fun how you can do that. If you want to put a minifigure on there, you can. If you want to, you can just do what you gotta do. So yeah, that is just a very fun thing to do for the mech itself, and I love how they did that for it. So yeah, that's just pretty much it for the entire set. 3 figs, 2 builds. Yeah, that's just pretty much it for everything that we have for this set. So that is it for the entire builds right here. So let's move on to overall, this is an okay set. So yeah, this is definitely not a set for me because they just literally copy the exact same idea as the previous Mech Battle set from 2021. Because we've already got a Spider-Man vs. Doc Ock Mech Battle set from 5 years ago, and I was like, why did Lego just redo the same thing for this set all over again? I mean, they could just make a mech for a different spider character instead of just making the new mech for the same character every year, which is so annoying since this is the final time I'm gonna say this, and I know I said it before, but last year we've already gotten a Spider-Man mech, the one that has anti-venom in it, but why the hell do we need another one, Lego? I mean, come on, it's ridiculous. It's super annoying. But I totally dig the figures. Well, honestly, I only dig one minifigure that is exclusive to this set, and that is Doc Ock. So I totally love like the new look for him, since I love the face prints for him, since it gives me like that comic book vibes, because how it turns out with that smirk expression and that concern or confused face print too. So yeah, that is pretty cool, and I love like that slope hair piece in dark brown, and I totally love his torso print. It gives me like that Insomniac vibe because how the way it turns out with that lighting texture detailing, and also some parts for the torso that is connected to his arms. Spidey and Gwen, I don't give a crap about them. They're literally the same ones, and even though they could just upgraded Peter to make his suit match up with the mech, because when it's like that, it doesn't make any sense. Like, they could just made a different one that's more Iron Spider-ish instead of his regular suit, because it wouldn't make sense, because the mech itself gives me that Iron Spider vibes from the MCU, since in the Infinity Saga, which is the only part that I really like about the mech as well as the logo itself. But this mech, like I said, 100% crap, and I'm not a fan of it at all. But the Doc Ock mech is pretty interesting to me. So I love how you can attach those web pieces on the mech, and you can't just do whatever you want with them. You can attach a minifigure on them. I mean, on the mechs is what I meant to say. I didn't mean to talk so weird again. I apologize about that. So, yeah, you can't just do whatever you want with it. Like, you can recreate some awesome poses. And I love the articulation and even the itty-bitty arms for it. It's just pretty nice, and I thought that itty bitty arms is just pretty cute, and I can't stop calling them that. And I love the articulation for the legs and the tentacles too. And it would have been nice if they made a Gwen mech in this set. Just ditch Peters, make one for Gwen, because she never has a mech in any other Lego Spider-Man wave before, and same thing with the other Spider characters, but we've gotten mechs for both Peter and Miles, but it's time for that to give it a rest. Well, even though Gwen doesn't need a freaking mech, well, again, this is just made for kids, but still, we don't need another one for Peter because I'm getting sick and tired of it. But yeah, by the way, $30 is a bit too much. They could just make it like a $25 set, because this set has, well, actually, it could be a good price because this set has 315 pieces, but still it is what it is. But at least this is a fine looking set. So I don't have anything else to say about it, but that is all I've got so far right here. So that is it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit that notification bell, the Z button, and don't forget to Hulk smash that comment section down below. And tell me in the comments what you guys think about this set for the lineup. I'll see you later.